Hey, welcome back. Um, yeah, so I'm back with another video. It's been a little bit. I haven't been keeping track too much of how often I've been doing these, and I mean, there's not so much to update with. I mean, it's just kind of here and there when I feel like I have enough to say. Um, when I was traveling, it made more sense to do once a week, but here there's really not enough information every week to be able to like ramble for 10 minutes. So we'll see. I can always make 10 minutes out of something. I know it's like there's a lot of time where I'm just kind of padding it, and it is what it is, but for right now I'm going to try and keep it relatively interesting as far as like what's been going on. And so this time it's been a little bit. Things are going really well with dating. I mean, I'm seeing the same person, and that's been really great so far. Um, with some of the mental health stuff, I started therapy with around when the last one was, I think, because I think it was about 2 weeks ago. So we've done a few sessions, and it's still kind of like getting into things, really. But as far as like mental health updates, it's been a difficult week. I'll say that, and a lot of that is just strictly from medication point. Like, it takes some time to get used to like how things feel with it, but it's been kind of a mess, honestly. Like, trying to find something that fits well for me is going to take longer than one shot. But I will say that it has helped with anxiety, at least, but it's like really kind of amplified any feelings of depression. Like, I had some kind of on and off. Like, over the years, I've had some, and like there were periods of time where it was more intense. And since maybe 2021 ish, I think I really haven't had anything serious with it, but it's been relatively serious this week, mainly just because of the medication. And it really does it ramps everything up. So it's been a lot, but luckily it's been mixed with like having support and having people to talk to. So it's been manageable, and I've been able to keep most of my routines and everything, and keep like almost all of my self-care stuff. I had to move one day of swimming because I thought I was getting sick, and I always overdo it, because I try and ignore when I'm getting sick. But I mean, being 30, close, and I'm rounding up, I will consider myself 30 already, but being a little bit older, I know that listening to my body is more important than anything else. And so I'm making a point to do it when I can, and when it's important. So I've been keeping on track with that, and those are the main updates. Is I'm waiting to hear back about different medication options, and how to move forward with things, because it doesn't seem great, what I'm doing right now. So we'll see. This week I haven't had any work in the lab, and I know it's been a little slower anyway. A lot of days I was going in and doing like 1 hour of work and then going home. So I just talked with the manager, and they'll let me know when there's more work to do. So for right now, no morning stuff. I've been still working on the job searching and finding trying to find something that works for me in the meantime. And it has been frustrating, like just not feeling like I'm doing enough a lot of the time is difficult, especially just because I've been job searching for so long now. It's been since June-ish. Maybe a little bit, at least since over the summer though, because all this time I've been working with personal training and with the lab. I still have had a lot of free time to try and look for other things, and it's difficult to find a spot that really feels like it's worth what I'm doing. And so it's been tricky, but having started taking a class, that does impact it as well. Since right now I'm enrolled in a class, it's limited me to looking for something part-time, which is fine. Like, especially with this situation, it's not like I have specific responsibilities where I need to make a certain amount in order to pay rent or something like that. I mean, it would be nice to make enough to have that option, but at least for right now, I don't particularly see it happening. But enough to kind of build up some savings and see where I can go as far as like working towards going back to school, and having a little bit more flexibility in that sense. So it's just a matter of what kind of pans out. And I'm still looking, considering a few different options than before, at least. And I actually just had another phone screen interview this morning, so hopefully things will go okay with that, and just kind of to see what the options are and see where I'm at with it, because I do really want to have some kind of consistent work, and it feels like, as much as I'm sure I would complain about working full time, it's terrible having this much free time. And it's very strange to say, but it's just, as someone who is really driven by like self-improvement and planning, it's difficult to not have something I'm working towards. And luckily having a class has been helpful for that. Although, since I'm taking just one community college class, I'm about 4 weeks into the class. I've already completed the entire semester's worth of chapter notes and quizzes, and I've written a draft of our term paper. So the only thing I have left to do is just kind of review when I go into class, and then just kind of see what I can do in the meantime. I purchased a course for renewing my personal training certification, so at least like if I run out of stuff to do, I can go through that, read through the book, read through the online stuff, and at least have some other project to fill my time if I'm not able to pick up something in the meantime for other work. But it's been tough. It's just like keeping my mind busy, and recently I haven't really felt like playing a lot of video games like I was in the past, especially after playing a lot of RuneScape when there was an event going on. I've been a little burnt out with it, not so much into like putting a lot of my attention into it. I don't mind putting time into it, but I kind of feel like I need something that's more of a background thing, and it hasn't been holding interest that much. Because especially like when I have this free time, it feels like I should be spending it more on something that's a little bit more enriching as a hobby. So something like practicing guitar, or some like even stretching, like trying to work on some stuff that's going to help me with other things. That's what I've been trying to do a little bit more. And then also just exploring, trying to find different new music, because it's something that I enjoy, but I don't always necessarily put a lot of time into it. So having this extra kind of unlimited space where I can take a look at different things and try and learn different things. It's been helpful, but I'm definitely at a point where I'm ready to dive into my next project, and it's just a matter of time before it pans out. And for right now, I'm trying to smooth things out as far as like medication goes, because I know it's good that I'm doing it right now, because I'm sure if I were in the middle of something or working more, it would be much more difficult to deal with a day where I don't have the emotional capacity for things. So it has been helpful in that sense, but hopefully things will be getting a little easier coming up, and the videos may be less frequent sometimes, but I hope that I'll still be able to share kind of along the journey and where things go. But that's the update for this week. We got to 11 minutes, so not too bad. But thanks for tuning in. Hopefully it was at least a little bit entertaining. I know I get a little monotone with my stories, so if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.